Hey guys, thank you for watching. This is my channel. It's called Breaking Burke. It is about houseplants and gardening here in the desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico. In today's video, I do want to show how to attach a shingling plant to a piece of wood. Here I do have a couple pre-cut pieces I cut earlier, and there's nothing groundbreaking about that. I just took a saw and cut them. I didn't even measure them. I don't plan on keeping all these. I do see myself getting rid of a few, and that's why I'm using the products that I am today. There's normally you want to keep it in a pot that has some weight to it, this way, and a little bit of size, so you don't have to keep repotting it and messing with it. But like I said, this is just to grow on a little more so I can either, I don't know, trade for something else or possibly a giveaway. So if you do like these plants, put it in the description that you think this is something that would be good for that, and we may consider doing that too. So if you follow me, or if you want to go through my other videos, you can see there's a propagation video on monstera, dubia. I have had those going for a while now, at least I'd say about a month, if not longer. So on those specific cuttings, you can see here, I have my propagation box, and we can see 413. So we're coming up on 2 months of these bad boys growing in here. And I take off the lid, and you can see we got plants. There's not just one, there's a few. But if we look at them closely, you can see the leaves are small. They're staying small. Now, monstera dubia is a morphing philodendron that will, as it grows, produce bigger and more radical leaves until it gets to lose the silver color on here, the variegation. It'll lose that and develop fenestrations. Really cool. I've never seen one in person. I seen it on TV and I was like, I gotta get one of those. So I did. The one that I got was small. It was messed up. All the leaves were scarred. Well, most of them were. You can see there's still some in here that do have damage right there. But I figure if it's going to be a smaller, lower leaf, fine. These are supposed to be pretty fast growing anyway, so why not? I do have just a basic little, I'd say maybe 4-inch pot. It is a little messed up, but whatever. It's, like I say, temporary. So I'm going to have this at the bottom, square, so it'll sit flat up against my board. You could have the board going into the pot and soaking up moisture that way. That's an option, like that. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna put it on the outside. I may do one of each and just see what happens. The main point of this video, aside from me gabbing for a while, you can see most lumber when you get it is smooth. Now it can stick to that, and it probably will. It might take a little longer, but to help it, you can either throw it outside and leave it there for a while and let it get roughed up. With being exposed to the elements, it will open and shrink the pores, and you can see this side has a bit of that going on. If I show it sideways, you can see the grains are lifted. But if you don't want to wait or don't want to expose the wood to climate or something, you can always take a piece of wood, some sandpaper, and just rough it up a little. Sorry if that got to some people's ears. I know that's not a pleasant sound. I'm not going to do the whole thing, just an example. If you don't like that or don't want to do that, can't find sandpaper, a wire brush would always work. Or you could even just soak it for a couple days, take it out and let it dry, and the expansion and contraction should do the same thing here that I have by just letting this be out in the elements. So I'm going to take this, and one of the most important things of having something like this that is a shingling plant is making sure it doesn't come off of what it's attached to, the plank. If the plank comes loose, more than likely you have decapitated your plant. And I think on this one I'm just going to put it inside, put the piece of wood inside the pot like that. And the tape is for the back side here. I'm going to tape the pot to the wood. You could staple, you could glue, you could do whatever. Just make sure it's easy to come apart, because you will be having to take it off at some point. to put a longer piece of wood and or a bigger pot. Since these are epiphytes, that means they can grow without roots. They can grow just being a vine in the air if you have humid enough climates, or if you are a mister. I know there are a lot of people who love to go around spraying things. I don't do that, so I'm not going to. You can see it's not coming off. It's just a piece of duct tape on the back in a square. Now I know not everyone has square pots. I'm just doing this because I had it. And I'm not even going to pot this one because like I said, or put it in soil, because like I said, I don't plan on keeping it. I have way too many of them. I would be beyond living in a jungle if I did in my tiny house. So, well, small house, it's not tiny. I'm going to take some wet sphagnum and just put it in the bottom there. This is just pre-moistened. I filled this bowl up with some, with some moss, and threw some water in there, mixed it around until I seen it was soaked up all the way. Now I'm going to take this one. You can see, look at that ball of moss it picked up with it. That means that is all filled in with roots. So what you want to do is get it as close as possible to the wood so it can go up the wood. Now it is a shingling plant, so that you want the base of the leaf going up. This might take a little bit of stacking and piling for me because I'm so low here. Hey, that actually helps better for the view. But like I say, I like doing things on the cheap. I don't like to break the bank, and I don't got much of a bank to break anyway, so it works out for me that I don't mind it. I do have floral tape here. I bought this years ago because I was making something. It came with like 3 rolls and I've used 1. So some people staple them, some people use Velcro. I'm just going to use this because I know this will hold it up. It'll stick it to the board the way I need it to. Or it should anyway. If I can figure it out. Okay, I think I got it. Now with this floral tape, you have to stretch it because that releases the glue, and then just push it down. This here, I'm gonna see if I can try and center a little more. I think I pinned a leaf, which I don't want to do. And you can see I can throw another piece of tape on there because this top piece is pulling away. Now this tape isn't anything that has to be permanent, and that's why I'm using something that isn't permanent, because honestly I don't like the look of it, but it does the job and I have it, so why not? Sorry if this is boring. I was gonna do one and just show one, but I figured why not just do it all and you can see it. But this is what we got now. It should take a couple of weeks before it starts to really stick on there. If you look closely, I don't know if you can see, there are little hairy roots on there. So if you spray the plank, spraying the plank is more important than spraying the leaves. Spray the plank and the aerial roots, especially those little furry ones. If you can, keep it in a humidity dome or something similar just to make sure it doesn't dry out. I've found that these like humidity because I bought one before I bought the long cutting, and it's smaller than it was when I bought it because it's died off. It's lost 2 leaves, but these ones that I had in the closed container are thriving. So I think this is going to be one of those plants that I'm going to have to fight for because it obviously hasn't shown to be too easy, but it is doable. I've seen it, and like I say, if you use just a regular raw piece of wood from the store, it's smooth. It could stick to that, but it's going to take a while. These are pretty fast growing plants from what I read online, so I will probably have to be switching this plank out on my plant that I keep, or even maybe just starting with the big one from the get-go. But I hope this helps. Another thing you could try if you wanted to, run a strip or two or even coat the whole thing in some glue and stick a layer of moss on it. That would give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of design. My only thing there is that might provide some place for bugs, but if you're using moss poles and stuff to begin with anyway, you probably already have to deal with it. So just an idea. This is what I'm going to do. I have quite a few more to do, so I will be doing this a while. I don't think you guys want to see all that. But if you have any comments, suggestions, you think this is something that's cool that would be nice as a giveaway prize, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.